Untuk rupanya, ragam rambutnya. Tak pedulikan tanah asalnya, tutur bicara keyakinannya. Ada yang sama, itulah yang membuat kita kaya. Harus selalu ingat, oh, 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 aku adalah Indonesia, beraneka ragamnya, warna-warni irama, oh indahnya aku adalah Indonesia, berulang selamanya, berdampingan bersama, kita Indonesia. Tak pedulikan ada di mana, hati bertanam untuk negeri ini. Tak pedulikan dunia mendera, damai selalu ke bumi pertiwi. Berbeda tak sama, yang penting kita tetap jadi satu. Untuk selama-lamanya. Oh, 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 aku adalah Indonesia, beraneka ragamnya, warna-warni irama, oh indahnya aku adalah Indonesia, rukunlah selamanya, berdampingan bersama, kita Indonesia. Berbeda, tak sama, kita tetap jadi satu. Untuk selama-lamanya. Oh, 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 oh. Aku adalah Indonesia, beraneka ragamnya, warna-warni irama, oh indahnya aku adalah Indonesia, rukunlah selamanya, berdampingan bersama, kita Indonesia. Kita Indonesia. Kita Indonesia. Kita Indonesia. Kita Indonesia.
Can I have a round of applause for Asira, Rania, and Jane? Wow, ladies, please have a seat. Please have a seat. Come on, come on. Oh, wow. First of all, I want to say that was a great performance. I mean, in terms of voice, your voices.
Yeah, your voice
What
and your
was that?
expressions. Yeah, and their expressions while doing it.
Yeah. And also,
I
how
love it.
old are you guys?
Yeah.
Start from Jane?
Each one of you, yes.
Jane,
I'm 15.
15.
15?
Yes,
Wow.
I'm 15.
So Jane, Callista, 15. And please introduce yourself as well.
I'm Asira, and I just turned 16 on April 9.
Whoa. Okay, and you?
My name is Rania Salsabila. I'm 15 years old.
Okay, so 15, 16, 15.
Yes.
I
Wow,
could
like,
not
more than 10
remember
years
where
ago.
I was when I was 16. And
Okay,
also,
how
we
about
have
you?
Adit
Adit,
here. Adit, thank you so much for being
Thank you
here.
for having us
And also
today.
for the ladies. Okay, before we go to the ladies, I might say the girls. It's very inappropriate for me to call them ladies.
Teens.
They're teens.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Adit, you're from CBI.
Yes.
Camp Broadway, Indonesia.
Correct.
What is Camp Broadway, Indonesia?
Yeah, so Camp Broadway Indonesia is a New York licensed summer camp from New York City. The Broadway Education Alliance, they've been in operation since '97. So they've been in operations for like 28 years, and now the first time ever, Camp Broadway is now here in Indonesia and the first in Southeast Asia.
Whoa, can you have a round of applause for that?
Yeah.
The first one in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Southeast
Correct,
Asia, okay.
yeah. And at Camp Broadway, Indonesia, it's for ages 7 to 17.
Okay.
And then we provide kids access and a theater education for theater-loving kids and also kids who want to pursue musical theater professionally. And I think that's what I love most about Camp Broadway, Indonesia, is that we're not necessarily producing the next diva or the next star, but we are more so looking for authenticity and originality and kids who are curious about theater and love and passionate about theater.
How long has it been there?
How old?
How long has it been built?
It's
Camp
first
Broadway,
founded in '97.
Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia, it's the first year.
Oh,
first year.
wow.
Yeah, it's our first
only
year.
first year,
yeah.
but you're already going to New York.
New York, our
Yeah, at
first
Carnegie
program.
Hall.
To Carnegie Hall, to be
Yeah,
exact.
yeah.
But so there will be 5 Indonesians performing at Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that? Because we only have 3.
Yeah, the
at
3 are here
moment.
today, and then the 2 Hita-Sita, they've already flown to the U.S. But so basically, the New York Pop's 40th birthday gala this year is their 40th year. Every year, the Camp Broadway Ensemble in New York participates in their gala at the Carnegie Hall. So this is their 14th year, 1-4.
Okay.
And it's the first time that Camp Broadway Indonesia will be participating at the gala. And it's their 40th birthday this year, and they'll be paying tribute to the one and only, the Tony, Emmy, Grammy Award-winning Barry Manilow.
Wow.
Wait,
So these kids here will be performing
wait.
alongside
But-
with the Barry Manilow.
Wait, you guys will perform alongside Barry Manilow.
Yes.
Wow, that's so awesome.
No, that's a crime.
Even my mom is a fan of Barry Manilow.
Of course,
Yeah.
the Barry
The
Manilow.
Barry Manilow.
The
Yeah,
Barry
the
Manilow.
Barry Manilow. And I've got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
You guys sing amazingly, and how did you guys get selected to perform at Carnegie Hall?
Okay, first from me, my experience.
Yes,
So
of course.
For me, yesterday's audition was very intense because like I knew about the audition. It was the day where I supposed to do the audition. So like I only have 1 hour to learn about the audition. So yeah, it was very intense. I have very short time to practice.
Yeah.
I did my best. I tried my best during the audition, and finally I'm chosen.
Wow. And what about you two?
Okay, I take part too in the audition. Then my mom suggested me because she knows that I love musical theater, especially Broadway.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, why not? And then we actually practiced together first before the audition. We learned how to sing, how to dance, how to do the choreography, and how to show more personality in our performance.
Yep.
And then they taped us and they sent it to New York, and luckily I got in with these amazing, talented, wonderful people here.
And probably for Jane, this is not your first rodeo, because we did some cover on Jane's achievements in Italy, in UK, and also now that you are being here with CBI, how was it the process for you?
Yes.
Well, the process, I would say it's overall very, very fun because I love musical theater itself, and being able to indulge myself further into this art with Camp Broadway Indonesia with their wonderful programs as well as it's sort of like this amazing opportunity given to us as we were selected through auditions to really perform at the world-renowned stage.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
of
in
course.
New York City.
Of course.
That's something really amazing, and for me, the process is just so, I'm still in awe, and I just feel so blessed, and I hope that we can really bring Indonesian talent onto the stage and really make the world know our names.
Furthermore.
Wow, amen to that.
Furthermore.
Yeah.
And in Rania's case, this is the situation where if it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. Right?
Yes.
So, according to Asira, they also had some workshop here.
Yes, correct.
So, can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so after the kids were chosen, so there were around 70 kids coming into audition, and then a short story. So in the beginning, they only gave 3 slots for the Camp Broadway Indonesia kids to participate. But then since the New York team were actively involved in the decision making, they were just like in awe.
But how many slots are there?
There were only, there's 50.
50.
Oh, 50.
5-0.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Then we were only given 3 in the beginning, and then I was like, I mean, look at these talents.
Is there a limit per country? I mean, like, One country can only
Yeah,
send like
yeah. I believe like
5 people
they want to
max.
make sure that they have the right proportion. So I
Okay.
think 3 each country.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I mean I had to do the negotiation because obviously all these kids are so talented. So
5
they gave
of
us
you
2
guys.
extras, so 5. Will be flying out to the Carnegie Hall. But so after the audition in February, they went through a 3-month-long workshop, one times a month.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure that our kids are trained for their muscle memory.
One time a month
yeah.
from since?
Since March, April, February, March, and
Oh,
April.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the workshop consists of musical theater singing, acting, and dancing. So we teach them a combo, a song, and like a scene for them to do. And we just want to make sure that the kids have fun and retain the information quickly because later in New York, they only have 2 days of full day of rehearsal and then perform the next day on the May 1st at the Carnegie Hall. So we want to make sure that the kids are
muscle
well
memory really plays a role in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a-
Showbiz.
yeah.
Showbiz.
Yeah, as a
also-
woman who plays piano, I know it very well.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Coming from a Broadway background, of course. Yes, that's like, it's like how do you say it? It's a life skill.
Yep.
It's a life skill. I mean, you could be a singer, you could be an actor,
Yep.
you could be a dancer, but to be a Broadway actor and
Yeah.
actresses,
Triple threat.
It's triple
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
athletes.
it's triple job.
Athletes,
Yeah,
They're
of course,
athletes.
yes.
You're
Athletes,
singing,
Broadway
you're
actors are
dancing,
athletes.
and
Yeah.
expression has to match the whole
Right.
Yeah.
The audience.
Same,
Because
right?
if you book a Broadway show, you do it 8 times a week. Can you
True.
imagine
Wow.
non-stop singing
It's
8
a
times
stage
week?
act.
Exactly.
Yeah, stage. Probably for Rania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that this might be your first time doing this kind of thing.
It is.
So what are your preparations so
Okay.
far?
Normatively, what I prepare is we're doing training, we practice, we're doing workshops like acting workshops, singing and dancing also. But what I focus on mostly is I train myself to concentrate and focus so that we can be able to always like getting ready every time the instructor from New York Broadway giving us material for us to do. So like, yeah, we should be prepared to always get ready for it.
I see.
Yeah.
And now for Asira, are there difficulties in preparing the big performance in New York?
Of course, there are difficulties. For me, I'm not taking any dancing, acting, or vocal lessons, so I just do it by myself. I practice by myself. I like to record myself and then review it again until I'm
okay.
satisfied. So if
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied, I'll do it over and over again. But thanks to Camp Broadway Indonesia's teachers, I could easily follow their lead.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And also for Jane, singing, check, but also now acting. You get to perform your acting skills. How is it for you? How is your thought process on this?
Well, let's just start from the very beginning. I've been training in singing, dancing, and acting since I was little because, of course, I really do love musical
Yeah,
theater.
true.
It's my first love ever. And, well, I have also been part of several musical theater productions, national and international ones. Like, I was chosen as main cast in The Sound of Music. It was an original London West End production back in 2017.
Yeah.
So I was playing as Marta Von Trapp. And through those experiences as well as trainings, for me, what I can say as my thought process is that acting is really about putting yourself into your character's shoes
Yep.
and really walking around in it through life. Yeah. And in acting, it is, of course, the actor's job to really paint the picture for the audience to understand what your character is doing, what your character is feeling, what your character is going through.
Yep.
You don't just tell, you show, you don't just tell. And as for me, when I practice, well, let's say, for example, I'm doing the scene. I
Yeah.
try to keep everything organic because that's just life. Everything changes in the speed of
True.
light,
Yep,
right?
true.
So when I do a scene 10 times, I do it 10 times with different intentions that I want to get out of each scene.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's the
yeah.
interesting part. And also, I would say that many people have this misinterpretation of acting being pretentious as a character. But no, actually, to me, acting is about living in the moment and creating and making those strong choices truthfully as your character would.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Wow.
1000%.
I think it's an art
to that.
in a way, right?
It is, it
And yeah, for Adit, how are you going to bring Indonesian cultures to the world Maybe you
Right.
can give us like some sneak peek about the clothes or
Yeah.
accessory
Yeah.
or whatever it is that you're bringing there.
Yeah, I mean,
Because we see like
we see
batik
the-
skirts.
see
Yeah,
today
batik
from the costume and
Yep.
the songs that the kids did today is all about Indonesia. So we want to make sure that we're not just necessarily giving tangible things like souvenir exchanges to the kids, but also showing them, leaving the kids an impression that, oh, Indonesian kids are warm and
Yeah.
hospitable and kind and humble. And I think that's very, very important for the world to see.
Yep.
But so this is a little sneak peek that the kids will be wearing in New York, and
Wow,
also
yeah.
For 2 days of workshop.
yes, for 2 days of workshop, and then the costume that they'll be performing at Carnegie Hall will be from New York. But then the
Okay.
kids, yeah, from New York, from the Broadway costume industry. But then the kids will also be performing at the Consulate General of the Republic of Indonesia
Of
on
course.
May
Yes, yeah.
2nd.
Of course.
KJRI.
And that at the KJRI New York City. And then they'll also be wearing Indonesian batik and kain fabric. I'll be wearing from the lovely, talented designer Radinindra Nayaka, House of Radinindra. Because again, I want to showcase that Indonesia is so rich in culture.
Rich in culture.
And heritage, and also leaving an impression that we are very warm and hospitable.
You know, of all people, Maria should know better. Should know best about bringing Indonesia to the world stage. But Adit, probably one question before we go on break. You've been in this kind of thing for longer than they have, and
I'm still new.
you're still new, and also probably you knew how the things turn out like very fast.
Right,
Do you
right.
think Indonesian talent could actually keep up with it?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I mean, over the past 3 months, I've seen the amount of talent and just things that they brought into our studio at Taman Ismail Marzuki is just remarkable. You know, I think every time we do our workshops, they keep surprising us, the instructors, like, okay, like we do have the capacity to retain information quickly, to work under pressure, to you know, apply the changes on the spot. Because again, that's showbiz. You know, the show must go on. Like you can't. The audience can never know that we're making mistakes. Like they would never know. You know. So I think I really do think that we do have the capacity and possibility to prove that to the world.
All right.